All right, welcome back to another episode of Love in Las Vegas. I have Chuck Fisher with me.
Why? Hello. Thank you for having me here.
Yay!
Hello
Oh,
there.
we didn't have that on the last one. We're dropping the ball. Okay, awesome. So I know Chuck from working with him. Well, not actually with him, but
We worked in the same building.
yes, in the same building. So I just wanted to do a little intro for you because he does do a lot of cosplay, a lot of voiceover stuff. So give me a little something.
Well, hello there, Anakin. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Give me your Beetlejuice.
Well, I mean, come on now. You got the most eligible bachelor since Valentino. I'm gonna here. Come in. Come on.
Come on. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Chuck, you have been in Vegas for how long?
Total, I've been here about going on 15 years.
15 years. And where are you from?
Originally, I was born in Northern California. My dad was in the Air Force, so I moved around the United States. Spent most of my life in Southern California.
Oh, okay. Not bad. So you came out here for what exactly?
Economics.
Economics.
Yes.
And dive into that for a little second for me.
California's expensive.
Okay. Yes.
So-
And it's just, yeah.
Peachy.
Now Vegas is getting even worse.
Don't get me started.
Okay, yeah. So Chuck and I work together at Bar X, which I say on the other one of the other many different shows that I'm on. How long have you been working at Bar X?
This will be 2 years this month.
Okay, yeah. Well, congrats.
Oh, thank
Awesome.
you.
It's a fun bar. I like it. I love the people there. So you're a bartender, so you meet
Obviously.
a lot of people there.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, a lot of characters there.
Yes,
Characters, let's just say that.
When you're talking to someone like me, I mean, come on now.
You're a character in yourself.
Oh, glad you noticed.
Okay. So, do you meet a lot of chicks there? Like, what's your dating life like? When's your last relationship? Just give it to me all.
Okay. As far as the females there, when I come on at about midnight, it's usually a sausage fest. Not gonna lie. Generally, that's because a lot of the times I've relieved this one right here. So.
Okay.
So, but occasionally there's every odd female there. It's a little local dive bar, so it's an old neighborhood people and whatnot. As far as my relationship status goes, recently divorced about less than 5 years ago, so been just kind of hit and miss since then. So nothing to write home about.
What? How long were you married?
I was married for 5 years.
5 years. Yeah. Here in Vegas, obviously.
Here in Vegas, yes.
And how did you meet her?
Actually online.
Online.
Yes. I said a hello, and
She said goodbye.
no,
just kidding.
obviously
She said
not.
no.
Obviously not, because we got married. So
I know.
she was a huge fan of the show, the Vampire Diaries.
Okay.
That explains a lot. And
She tried
there's
to kill you multiple times.
no, her
Tried to
favorite.
suck your blood.
No,
Okay.
not initially. There was a point where there's a character in there that has dark hair and very blue eyes. Mm-hmm. Dark hair, blue eyes.
She was attracted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how that all started.
Okay. So how did it end? Fast forward.
Um,
Why did it end? I know it's very hard to explain a huge.
No, not really hard to explain. She was cheating on me.
Oh, there seems to be a lot of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fun. Lots of cheating.
Yes.
Okay. And how did you find out?
Oh, that's a fun little story there. I moved, and I had a bill from the water company sent to my new address, and I'm like, well, I've already paid this. I paid it in full, so this is obviously going back to her. So as I'm driving back to her house to say, here you go, I'm actually right behind her car. This was like 3 weeks after I'd moved out. Pulls into the driveway. A guy gets out of her car, walks up to the front door, has a key, opens the front door.
Wait. Okay. Wait. Back up a second.
Okay.
So you moved out of her house.
About 3 weeks prior to this little event happening.
Okay, and you were breaking up. You were separating at this point.
Yes, we were living in separate places. We officially filed like a month later.
Okay. So you found out about the cheating after.
The fact, yes.
Oh, okay, okay. So this guy
I
walks
said,
up, goes into your guys' old house,
and yeah,
opens the door.
and I'm just like,
And what did you do
just said, here,
with the guy there?
here's your, here's your bill. Have fun.
Okay.
Just never spoke again until we had to sign the papers.
Okay, so you didn't say anything to the guy, or how do you know she was cheating though?
3 weeks, driving her car, has a key to my house.
Okay, so it was like soon after. Are you sure? Like, all right, separated, and then
If
maybe
someone
she started seeing someone right away.
to move in at 3 weeks,
Okay, yeah, probably not.
and then saw somewhere in a few months after you have to go through social media and see whatever, and I see someone had gotten. I saw a post that someone had tagged me in a year ago, and then someone was just talking, and like, oh, and I just got married. I'm like, oh, less than a year. I'm glad you waited for the ink to dry.
Oh wow. Okay, so
So-
she got married soon, like within a year.
Yes.
Okay,
So
wow.
if you get married, if someone's moving in that fast and you get married that fast, they were there before.
Right, I can probably. Yeah. Okay, well that sucks. Sorry. And that's your last divorce, and you've had how many?
2, 0 for 2 in the marriage
for two.
thing.
Okay, so you've been married twice.
Yes, I have.
How's dating like now?
Interesting.
Are you online? Are you trying to meet people? Are you active in the dating scene? Like, what's going on? Are you just,
I just kind of meet people as I meet people. I tried the online dating thing, which can be a blessing and a curse because for those of you who don't know, I'm 50 years old. So just letting you know that right now. But thank you. Thank you. But I don't look it. I get the whole no way you're 50 a lot. So I look a lot younger, and then people say, "Oh, so how old are you?" I'm like, you don't look at profiles or anything, and you can see my birth year and do the math. And then somebody like, "Oh, you could be old enough to be my dad." Oh, thanks. Or
so wait, why are you matching with these people?
they match. They will contact me, and then also just cultural references. I'll make a little like a movie quote reference, and they're like, "What?" And I'm like,
Okay, wait, how old are these people that you're trying to date?
the 30s, mid 30s,
Like, so
Nice.
I know, right?
okay, so
I think he
like
should change his profile name
16
to
years younger.
Who's Your Daddy?
Who's your daddy?
Yeah, because there's the girl daddy thing, right? I think he should change it to Who's Your Daddy.
I can't afford that. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess they're expensive, yeah.
Yeah, they are expensive.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
yeah.
We're not saying daddy, like sugar daddy.
Well, thank God.
He's saying just age-wise,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure.
yeah.
But okay, so
So
you're trying to pick up girls that are 16 years younger than you. What goes with that? I mean, besides the movie references and TV shows, like obviously you and I are film people. Like we
Yes.
know a lot about that kind of stuff. We connected on that level.
Yes.
So
because trying to date people in my age bracket, for one, if you look at pictures, whatever, with filters and everything, they don't look. When you meet them, it's like, oh, you're 4 years younger than me, but you look 10 years older than me.
yeah.
What's in your past that I need to know about?
What's in your past? Or how much sunbathing have you done?
Yes, yes.
How much drugs? How much alcohol? Like, there's a lot of factors that go
There's a
into
lot of that,
aging
yes.
for sure.
And plus, when you get to a certain age, certain habits are very set and very concrete. Like this one gal, we went out on a couple dates, and she's like, "Oh, I could get up at 5 a.m. every day," and I'm just like, "Why?" I'm like, "I'm still at work. Why would you be up at 5 a.m.?" It's
Maybe that's her routine.
yeah,
no?
exactly. And so routines become so set that when you get to a certain age, they're very hard to break.
So you would want someone that didn't have that
Someone
5
who's
a.m.
someone could be
Because you obviously work like graveyard.
midnight
so
to
like
8 a.m. Yes. So my schedule is very flexible. I can vary all the time because normally I should be asleep by now, but
Okay. So do you have any like interesting dating stories that you've had or any like
Dating, not for me personally. My life's kind of boring in that sense.
okay.
But being how we've met and the job we did, we've seen lots of interesting characters come across.
Oh,
And
for sure. Do you want to do you want to dive into that?
oh wow! So there's someone as well
You don't
who
have to say any names.
we're not saying names,
No
but
names.
Bob.
yeah, we'll
It's
go.
close. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
But
Bobette.
see, but as you know, he gets very this person. He has quite a few dating stories, and he is also very set in his ways. He's around my age as well, and sometimes he gets on his little rants, and you're just like, and you wonder why you're still single.
Yeah.
And then last night, a guy and his new girlfriend were in there, and it's always fun when people bring their new girlfriend into their local bar, and they try to, swing big.
Swing big. What do you mean by that?
That, oh, this is my bar. Everyone knows me, and they think that this is their little clubhouse.
Okay.
So, a guy was trying to shake me down for deal specials that weren't applicable at the time. Oh, can you hook me up? And I'm just like, no.
Okay, I need to know who this person is because I have no idea who you're talking about at this point. You don't have to tell me right now, but off camera.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Goose Island.
Goose Island. Okay.
That's all he drinks. That'll give you
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
That's code, folks.
Okay, so one thing that I know we talked about before, and I'm not sure if you're comfortable mentioning it now, but
I can talk about anything.
no, just kidding. We won't get into the crazy stuff on this episode. We'll go with a bit behind the scenes.
We're going a little time this time, darling.
So Chuck, you have a little bit of a stutter.
A little bit?
Well, you're really good at interviewing. I feel like, especially like when you're just off camera, you do like, I feel like it's more of a thing, but when you're on camera, when you're in front of a microphone, whatever, it's very toned down. Like, I feel like obviously you have what would you call it? A speech impediment?
Yes, I do have a speech impediment. That is a fair assessment there.
Okay. So he has a bit of a stutter. Like, how this been your whole life?
All my life, yes.
Okay. And how has this affected your dating life?
Again, so with most people in the online world, you're texting or you're behind a keyboard. So I sound great behind a keyboard. Mm-hmm. I sound amazing behind a keyboard.
Yeah.
And then you start talking to someone and they hear the stutter and it's like, oh, that's cute. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm like, shut up.
So this is when you're on the phone or in front of them?
Phone in front of them, and they will, it's a lot of, mostly because people are just ignorant of how stuttering works and just what it actually is. Mm-hmm. So if you don't mind me doing a little
Of course. Yeah,
breakdown, basically my brain moves a lot faster than the muscles in my vocal cords work.
Right.
So there's a short circuit in here, so my vocal cords don't separate as freely as a normal speaking person. So air doesn't pass through as easily. So certain sounds get blocked or have a trouble getting pushed through. That's where the stutter comes in. So basically, I'm just thinking constantly.
Okay. So you're thinking constantly. It's not matching up with your vocal cords,
Right.
pushing it out and everything like that. But I feel like when you're like in this setting, I feel it's you can't really tell. I'm sure from someone else, it might come off as maybe you're nervous or something, and you're just
Right.
like kind of hesitating or, something like that. But
Yes, I have an idea. So when you're taking the calls or on a date, just have a camera crew with you, like everywhere you
you can
go.
hire us full time.
And you got like a microphone, and you're interviewing, and it's like, hey, it's time to go back to my place.
Well, it's interesting you say that because doing the voices that I do, I've got a home studio as well. So when I'm in studio, I don't stutter. Because I focus in on a character. I focus in on the lines. I focus in on what I have to do, and that actually slows the brain down
Right.
just
right,
a little
right.
bit.
Yeah. That's crazy. Okay, so overact, over,
Overacting? No.
overactive
Brains.
brain.
Yes.
Okay,
Overactive brain.
that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, when you meet these people, do you put anything in your profiles that say like, "Ah, I have a stutter"? Like, I think
Nope.
it would be funny, maybe
Nope.
come off
No, because there's a
calm. Like, no.
no, there's a lot of misconceptions about stuttering. One case in particular, this is not about dating at all, but I was opening a new restaurant in the Southern California area, and I'd answered a few questions out loud in a big group, and I stuttered, and someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, I have a cure for that," and I'm like, "Cure for what?" And he's like, "Well, the stutter," and I'm like, "But I'm not sick," and he says, "Well, I didn't say you were sick." I said, "No, you kind of did. The word cure implies a sickness."
Oh, okay.
So,
So, what
some
was
peo-
his cure though?
I didn't let him finish.
Okay, have you been to like speech therapists or
Yes,
anything?
all throughout my younger years in elementary school, which I was really upset because they took me out of PE, which was
Your favorite?
yes,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
So I had to miss PE twice a week to go to speech therapy.
And did it help at all?
I would say it has helped somewhat,
Uh-huh.
but again, this was 30 plus years ago. So
Right. Yeah. Crazy. Okay, so it's hindered your dating a little bit because once you finally meet them, they're like, "Oh, that's cute, whatever." Does anyone ever get past that? Do they
some do.
find it endearing?
Some do. Some people say, "I think your stuttering is so cute," and I'm like, "No, you really don't. You find it annoying."
So what in your brain makes you think that though? Unless they actually don't like you and don't talk to you ever again.
Because I know how challenging it is for me to hear it, and for me to actually try and get words out. So I'm just assuming from the other end when people are like, "Come on,
Right.
come on," it's got to be frustrating.
Right. I know, I get that. Okay, so when's the last date that you went on?
Define date.
Where you were like, "Let's go to dinner" or something like
That was about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay, and how was that?
It was fun. It was cool. Nothing really happened out of it. We just kind of went out to eat and had a few drinks, and then called it a night, and let that be that.
So you didn't you, it was no like you guys didn't hit it off. It was
No,
or-
it was cool. It was fun. I mean, we talked about going out again, and then the next day, oh, I just don't want to lead you on text. I think you're really so. I'm like, okay, whatever.
So where did you meet this person?
At a bar.
At a bar.
At a bar. Where
Not Bar X.
No, not Bar X.
Okay.
It's a bar where she worked. So it's
Oh, so you went to her bar.
yes.
You tried to pick her up. Or actually you did pick her up.
I
How'd you approach her?
I came in to gamble, and so I had
Did you hit some Keno? Because you're pretty good at that.
I hit 3 6 spots in an hour.
What? What the fuck? 3 6 spots in an hour. Okay.
For layman terms out there, that's about $1,200.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fun. Okay, so
good day.
you've met her before. You've been going there a lot. Like, what happened?
Just talking and just bantering back and forth.
She obviously was into you.
Enough to go out. Yes.
Okay, and then you guys
And-
went to dinner, and then just it was it fun? Was it not fun?
It was fun. It was cool. Just we talked about doing other things later on and where her goals were, where my goals were. Then we started talking about movies.
And she's not into the same movies as you, or do you think that's where it went downhill?
A little bit. She said that in her mind, the greatest movie of all time is The Land Before Time.
I love that movie though.
Well, it's great. It's a great
For a kid,
It's a great children's flick, but to say
Littlefoot.
right, but to say it's the
Love
greatest,
Littlefoot.
but to say it's the greatest film of all time.
Yeah, okay.
And then I'm like, wow, that's a bold statement. And then she came back with, well, what would you know? You like Star Wars.
Okay, they have, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's another
That's a whole
conversation.
other, whole other ball of wax.
I do love both. Obviously, one has way more
Cultural impact.
cultural impact.
Yes.
Okay, so I get that. So what are you trying to do now to date? Or are you still online? Are you still on profiles? Like, I know you said you're 50. Like, what are you looking for in the future with dating? Like, are you looking for another wife? Are you looking for?
Oh, wife is like way down the road.
Yeah.
Way down the road. Some people,
So in your 70s,
not dead, but
not dead. Not when I'm in the grave.
right. I get asked, because I had been married twice, thankfully no kids.
Thankfully, so you don't want kids
Well, I did in the
initially.
initially, but again, at 50, if I had a kid now, by the time that kid graduates high school, I'm pushing 70.
Yeah, I get that.
And
You're probably yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But what if someone already has kids?
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're cool with kids.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool with kids.
Yeah.
What else are you looking for?
Someone who shares common interest. It doesn't have to be like match for match, because that would just be boring. If we both like exactly the same things, exactly the same.
You don't have
way.
your own lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's her, there's me, and then there's we.
I get that. That's a good concept.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
For sure.
Doesn't have to. Again, just kind of flexible,
Flexible.
open-minded.
In what way? Schedule or?
That's for the OnlyFans show, dear.
Well, we don't have an OnlyFans. And,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and then there's that too. The whole online world now. You meet somebody. Oh, well, let me send you to this link, and I'm like, I don't want to do all this.
Yeah, no. It's people trying to get money.
Yeah.
Let me send you to my OnlyFans so I can get money off of you. That's
Yes.
pretty much what it is. It's kind of sad.
Kind of sad.
Really sad.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna say that it's bad because hey, if you're doing great at it, great. But you are a modern porn star or whatever it is, and basically,
Basically.
I can't do that. I have some bigger morals, higher self. I don't know. But yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
Right.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you for coming on the show. Do you have any other last remarks you'd like to add, or any fun voices or anything like that?
Why, thank you for having me here. And always, folks, just remember, keep a smile on your face.
And that is Chuck as the Joker. Pretty sure, because that's one of your top
Yes.
main.
That's my main one. Yes.
That's your main cosplay thing. I love
Yes.
it. Totally love it. I just love it. Thank you again. Thanks again.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And this is another ending to the Love in Las Vegas show. And thank you for joining us. Good? We're good on time?